Well, this is the first morning at Boulencourt. We arrived here late last night and it was a bit late to set up, but we managed just to get some baits out, just hook baits. Tony's dropped one fish, I dropped one straight away, had another run, lost one in the reeds and then landed one, and Tony Oliver's had, how many is it, Tone? 4? Yeah. And that was just coming into darkness, and after that sort of decided it was best to reel the rods in, had a nice breakfast this morning and then have a set up. It's not really what I call a pretty lake. It's big and you can certainly see the fish moving, but all the swims, they really do need something doing to them. They're full of mud, very, very uncomfortable. You could easily make 2 or 3 man swims here. I'm going to get up some bait in a minute, and hopefully in the next shot you'll see there'll be some a fish on the bank. It's Tony with the first fish we caught last night, just weighing it now. What's it come out at, Tone?
12.5.
12.5 with the sack?
No, without the sack.
12.5
with the sack. Give him a pound on the sack.
Right, you want to come up and just hook him, Matt, and I'll that's about a 12.5 pound fish. Lovely colouring. Beautiful. That was the first fish of the night.
Time to go.
Here's going back in. And he's off like a good one.
No harm done.
No harm done, and here's a very happy man. First fish of the session. Good luck to you, Tone. Well, here we are about 1 o'clock on the Sunday, which is the first day really we've fished. I think the count so far is Tony Oliver's had about 10 runs, landed 4 fish, 5 fish rather. I've had 6 runs and landed 4, and we sorted Tony Carpenter's gear out today because he really needed a heavier weight to get out to where the fish are. They seem to be out about 80 yards. And he had a fish within an hour and dropped another one. It's hard to imagine, but this is about, I would say, about 200 yards across. And it starts at 3 foot, then goes on to about 6 foot at 60 to 80 yards, just past where you see those coots. And then from then on it shallows out again to a bar in the centre, and it's exactly the same coming from the other side. All the fish we've had have been lower doubles, beautiful condition, nearly all linear mirrors, and we're just hoping that soon we'll manage to catch one of the bigger ones. Tomorrow, because we've brought some dead baits with us, we're going to have a go at some catfish. And Tony Carpenter's brought some match gear, and he really has been sorting a roach out. It's virtually a fisher cast. In fact, when we first got here he put some lead shot on the line to find the depth, and he brought a fish out hanging on to his lead shot. Well, see you later. Let's hope we have some luck. Yeah, sure. Can you manage with the net?
Not a nice one.
Sure.
Well, I've never felt power like this, even with 20 pounds, and this ain't 20 pounds. Good up roll. Ain't coming in. You managed with your hand? Well, it's not a bad one, Tom.
Right, I don't know if you're actually going to get this sunset, but this is the most amazing sunset for colours I've ever seen. We've been so lucky. This is the end of the first real day fishing, and on the way down here it was beautiful sunshine, just like a summer's day. They had red hot days but absolutely wintry nights. That last fish you just saw was 18 pound and started out in front of me there on my left hand rod and kited all the way round right over until that weed patch that you can see right out there. I managed to get it back. It kited round on me again into these reeds and I ended up having to play it right under the rod tip, and even when it was landed still took about 10 minutes, quarter of an hour to quieten down. As I say, this is the end of the first day. Tony Carpenter's had a fish first thing this morning. I've had 2. Tony Oliver's had 1, but he's just missed an absolute screaming run standing in my swim to pick up his cup. Off went his alarms, got round there, struck, nothing on the end. Well, the fish started to bite at night yesterday, so let's hope they do the same today. Maybe we'll get some night shots. Did that fish really get off? How can you lose a run like that? Was that still running? That was still playing out when you got there though, weren't it?
Yeah, still reeling. It wiggled and gone.
Did it, when you struck, was it on the end?
No.
Oh, it might have been a catfish actually, Tom.
Got away.
You have your cup of tea. I've just
gone to wheel it?
I've just said about what we've had today. Get ready for tonight now and see what happens. See him in the morning. Well, 5 minutes later, and Tony's in the fish. Can you net it yourself, Tone?
Nice one.
Can you net it? It looks a nice fish.
Bigger than the other one.
Don't tell me that. I'll be sick.
No, I didn't mean the bigger one, big as yours. Bigger than the other one I had.
Tony's come around to give you a hand.
Don't worry, you concentrate on from it. I'm not behind you, mate. I'm right behind you. Any bigger? Not right. Looked like it. Nice lump. Nice lump, well caught. And beautifully landed. Oh, okay, mate. It looks a 14 or 15.
Have a nice look at this one.
Get the hook.
They're in immaculate condition, aren't they?
Beautiful. Beautiful fish, aren't they?
They really are.
No.
Oh, that looks lovely, Tone. That's got a really golden tail, hasn't it?
That's a beautiful fish.
Beautiful. That's going to be a big fish,
Nice
I'll tell you the
fish,
way that's
yeah.
going to grow.
Well pleased with that one. I'll tell you what, I had to pull that right through the weeds. It went out beyond the weeds.
Just tilt the shoulders forward a little bit just to get his fin.
Beautiful.
Just the fin at the top.
You want to try and get him back in, Tone?
What, back in the water?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lovely condition fish.
Lovely, isn't he?
Yep.
Well pleased.
Take it over there slow down and I'll...
What was that one? You baptise him, shall we?
And away she goes. Nice one, Tone. Well done, my son. got that one out yourself. Is he gone? Oh, that's him. Lovely. There we are, first morning. Tony's just come round to do some fishing with me because all the fish appear to be in front of me. Just put out one of his rods while we set up. He's got a fish straight away. Looks like it's really going to give him some stick as well. You're supposed to be enjoying this, Tone.
What? I can't believe your swim though, it's crazy compared with mine. Throw it out and away it goes.
Well, we started about 6 o'clock last night in here, and I've had 19 fish and dropped 5 or 6. Not sure till I look at the book, which is a bit stupid.
To say the least.
I think what it is there's an old sunken bath out there and they've trapped a load of carp in it, and I just keep dropping the lead in it.
I think there's a big net out there, we put them all in before we got here.
I've got a diver out there sticking them on for me. But no, it's certainly been very, very sporty. In fact, I haven't had a chance to cook breakfast, have a cup of tea.
I'm getting hungry.
I knew I should have brought Anne along so you could have done the cooking. Sorry, Anne. She'd have probably cooked more than me. Yeah, you lose it this close, you'll be in trouble. Nice one. We'll let him unhook and then I'll show you the fish. Well, there's that fish. Tony's just landed and looks about 12 pound. Lovely condition
Well
fish
placed.
and really give you a stick. And look at that. 24 hours nothing, 5 minutes, 1 fish.
Can't be bad.
Well, you can have him back in, Tone?
Yep.
Lovely looking, aren't they? Full of power. So powerful, these blooming fish here. I've had 20s that don't fight like this. They just don't give in. And there he goes. You heard your Tone. Thought you were going to come and get him again. Nice one, don't he?
Hey.
Good and moisture.
I don't think it's more than double, but no, it isn't. I hate it when it's really nasty, so the bottom.
beautiful mirror. You can do it yourself. I'm here.
Sorry, Tom. Did I hit you?
Yep.
He's a good minute. The oldest one, don't want
Gales on the back.
All right, Tone.
Yep.
Thank you. Each your hearts is 2.5 of them.
Oh, you was using the... Oh, you used the zoom, did you, Tone? Well, look at that. 5 minutes after that film was taken. And Tony's just bumped off a fish as well. But it come off on the way in, Tone. Well, let's have him out there and get another one. Must all be out there, mustn't they? Here's a fine figure of a man. Get out of the way, Tone, so I can see him. Feel good, and Tone? Do you need your other rod in? Yeah, but your other rod's inside you, isn't it?
The other rod is out towards the middle.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You want it in?
Yeah, might as well, Jim. Then this rod I've got on yours.
Okay,
You bring mine in for us.
right. It's a nice bend in it, Tone. Has he gone right round in the lilies?
Coming in.
Does that come through now? Yeah, I can see it now. Cool, that is giving you some stick, Tone. They like stink, don't they? Have a little mirror in it.
What are you saying about getting 20 and not being able to bring it in?
I know. Nice one, Tone. You want me to help or you want me to film it? Tone?
Alright.
Give him a little stroke. Say goodbye, Charlie.
Bye-bye.
And a smile from the author. 2 fish in, how long? Half an hour?
Half hour, 3/4 an hour, something like that, yeah.
That'll be bad, can it? Well, this is the end of Monday on the lake. To say today's been hectic would be an understatement. It's about 5 o'clock. Just got some nice macaroni cheese on the go. Bait's out. Put out about 500 boilers. Took me about half an hour. Now just waiting for the action. Just had a couple of fish. And if tonight is anything to go by last night, there's going to be no sleep tonight. Altogether today, I think we totaled 30 fish. Only doubles, not 20s, but a long way to go yet.
Good morning, gentlemen. Where's the commentary, Tony?
No good at commentaries.
No good at commentaries. Well, good
This come
morning.
in like a wet sack. We had to sack it.
It's around about 7:30 on the 3rd day. Here's Dino with his 24-12.
He's struggling in the depth of water, isn't he?
Yeah. Now they start to drain it. Now that don't look like a 20 in the water, does it? I mean, you have a look at that, don't you? This is a lovely looking fish, though.
Yes, number what of the day is that? 7, 10? Nice looking bit of fish.
Beautiful looking.
Oh, beautiful looking fish.
So much power. Unbelievable.
Right, while we're in the process of this, at 12:15 I visited this swim and made coffee. At the same time, a catfish was nibbling at my left rod. Tony struck and recast. I disagreed on the location he had recast. In doing so, a 12-pound carp took the bait on the drop as I was clipping up. Happy days, a nice fluky mirror that I'm now returning to the water. You fluky? Right. Incidentally, this wonderful camera work is being performed by Tony Carpenter. QC, DC, BD and Bar.
Oh dear. And a shot of the victorious winner of this prize, the flukiest contest ever.
Back out again. Yeah, with that cat.
That's common.
Yeah. Yes, I've had 2 already. This is the 3rd.
Well, the reason why we're videoing this is I had a night at the hotel and Tony used my swim. One of us away, he's had a field day, but he's caught some commons.
We're happy.
And there we are.
First one that we know of.
He's looking really happy. Not so much when I come back though, because he had 2 in the weeds.
Oh dear, tell me about it. Alright.
Yeah.
Beautiful fish though.
Oh, lovely looking fish. The water's so shallow now because they've typically decided to drain it. In the last week people were allowed to fish here. Why they can't wait till next week, God only knows.
Gone down several feet since we got here.
Well, it's gone down about 6 feet, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we're actually fishing right back up here now.
Pretty well pleased today.
Well, that's good. You might be able to give me a hand with a breakfast then.
I might be able to do that, yeah. Say it's going for a swim, didn't it, when you turned up? I was just about getting ready for a dip.
There we are last morning at Boulencourt. Your mate Tone out there doing a bit of piking. Now this water level's really gone down, I'll just pan down, show you. I actually started fishing up there, about 30 foot away. And the water's just come down so much because they're draining it. They have to drain it every 2 years here. You can see, right the way over there is all the shallows. And these islands you see, at about 120 yards I suppose, they start to go into the deep water. And Tony Oliver's fishing down there. We've had brilliant weather all the way down. It's been brilliant weather all the time we're here apart from freezing cold at night. And fishing wise, we must have had about 200 runs. I think we've had about 120 fish, carp. This Tony here's had 3 commons, I haven't had one. A catfish, pike, roach, £1.5, and lots of other bits and pieces. This certainly is worth coming here. We've been very lucky, of course, because we've had the whole lake to ourselves, but this is the deep end and I think we picked the right end. The fish fight like absolute stink here. This you see in front of me was actually underwater when we first got here, and that bit there is in about 6 inches of water now. You've actually got to wade out to land the fish. Why on earth they could neither stop fishing for this week or drain it next week, God only knows. But there you go. When in France, what can you say? Beautiful looking water though. Tremendous possibilities. I mean, we've only had 120 and about 6 upper doubles, but all the fish are in beautiful condition and they fight like stink. Real mugfish. This is the sort of place you can come to if you've got very little knowledge of carp fishing and expect really to have your best catch. To come here and blank would be almost unthinkable. I mean, I've used every sort of bait you can think of that we brought with us, apart from the maize, because we thought we could get a boat and just go out there and put a bed of particles out there. But there's no boats allowed apart from remote controlled ones. Oh well. We're going to do a bit of filming of the local area this afternoon, so we'll finish off with that then. That house over there, it's got a beautiful view of the lake. It's actually 3 buildings, and they're unused. No one in them at all. I offered him a £5, but he didn't want to know. I'm half expecting now, while I'm filming this, to get a blooming run on my rods, because we've actually had sessions where Tony had 3 rods going at once. Unbelievable fishing. Here come the geese, the swans rather, all in line like destroyers. Oh yeah, wild koi poo out here on the lakes. There's wild boar in the forest just behind us, snakes and rats all over the place. It's a weird old place. Right, we'll do a bit of filming this afternoon then. Now I know if I just said this nobody would believe me, but look, come on, how the blooming hell are you supposed to get into this car? There's 3 of us going to get into that. Been a lot easier if Tony hadn't bought his socks. 50,000 pairs. Here they come, look. Look at this, look. Man at CNA, look. It took 6 butlers to carry his clothes bags in. This is a house that we stayed in. or the git. It's very old, so it's an old git. And they ain't closed the gate behind them, but don't worry, they'll do that later on.
Lulu's coming out.
That's why they close the gate, so Lulu can't get out. I mean, you know, she's got a bad paw.
Yeah.
Probably been hit by a car. 20 past 8 on a Saturday morning, just about going for breakfast.